Hey guys, JJ here. Today we're going to talk about what to do if you spot a speed breaker too late. I wish we could have done this video under happier circumstances, but that's how it goes, I guess. So there are techniques for jumping, and I mean actually jumping motorcycles, but all of those techniques require actual practice to be able to do it. And even if I told you what to do without the practice, you won't be able to do it in a panic situation. So instead, we're just going to focus on the basics on how to survive a sudden jump that you might have to do. So the first and most important thing I would like to stress is not to try and brake. If you see the bump too late, you're already too late to brake. I mean, if you get that feeling that you've seen the bump too late, you're already too late to brake. The thing with braking is, if you panic brake, you will very easily lock up your wheel. There is going to be a huge impact when you hit the foot of the bump, and if you brake right there, it's going to throw the bike off. And if at the peak you get even a little air, I mean a tiny bit of air, so without traction, even the tiniest bit of braking will lock up your wheel. And if you land on a locked wheel, this is going to grip instantly and the bike will flip over, sending you flying. That's what we call the high side. A low side is when you slide with the bike, slide onto the side, and the high side is when the bike flips you over. So that's it. If you see a bump too late, do not use your brakes. Get over the bump. I'll give you a few more pointers on that. Get over the bump, get comfortable, then start braking. So the other thing to keep in mind is to, and I know this is going to be difficult, especially in a panic situation, is to loosen your grip on the bike. See my hands? Losing your grip on the bike as you approach the bump, because if there's any instability during any of the points, when you hit the foot, there will be some jolting of the handlebars, and when you land, also there will be some shaking of the handlebars. Now, if you try and stop the shaking of the handlebars by brute force, it's just going to amplify it. That's just how it works. It's only going to amplify it. So what you need to do is just loosen your grips so the handlebars can do its thing freely. And as long as the bike is moving, as long as the wheels have momentum enough to keep it standing, it will want to track straight, and then it will automatically just go back to being straight. Of course, there will be some wobbling, but it will straighten itself out. Now, on loosening your grips, I do still want you to land the front wheel straight if we are going for a jump. I'm not talking about big jumps. I mean, on these moments where you get a speed bump suddenly, you don't really do a big jump. But the thing is, even if you lose traction a little, so if you lose traction even a little, see, the bike is on the center stand, and without the wheel touching the ground, it's really easy to turn the wheel. So be conscious of that. Keep it straight, but with loose grips. That's it. And the last thing, and I want you to do this exactly when you see the bump. This is the first thing you should do, is to get ready. Is to get some firm purchase. On the scooters, I like to go with my toes right there, so my feet won't slide around anymore. And then just scoot back a little. Just a little, so all of this, my thigh muscles and calves are in tension. They're working, I mean they're flexed. So when I hit the bump, my weight can go forward, and then that will absorb some of the shock of the actual bump. That actually absorbs a lot of the shock that you'll get when you hit one of these. So that, along with the loose grips, will help you not feel it as much. I mean, there will be, these bikes are not made for jumping. They have tiny wheels, they have tiny suspension travel. These are not made for jumping. It's most of the time, if you hit a bump going fast, it's gonna suck, it's gonna hurt. But if you keep these things in mind, you have a huge chance of not crashing. So let's hit a few bumps. I am not looking forward to doing this. So we're gonna start off on the small one. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing. This should be far enough. So loosen my grips. I'm doing the posture thing. See? You saw that wobble at the end, at the start? But it straightened itself out. That's what I'm talking about. As long as the bike is moving, it will want to move straight. And that wasn't so bad. But we're gonna hit a bigger one over here. Let's hit this one. See? It throws my butt off the seat a bit, but still, if I had my feet like this, there's a chance that I would have slipped out. So yeah, it's really important to keep your feet firmly planted on whatever bike you're on. Just find a position where your foot is really secure and won't slide around. So I see the big bump coming up. I am not looking forward to hitting this. See, I was thrown off. But as I kept a loose grip, as I kept the feet firmly purchased, and the most important thing, I did not brake. I was thrown off the bike just then, but I was able to bring it back down. I mean, that is a panic situation. I was not ready to hit it. I just wanted to show you guys what the bikes are actually capable of if you do it right. So let's just stop here and recap. So let's recap. When you see the bump, plant your feet, scoot back, and get ready. Loosen your grips. Do not brake. Maintain the same speed. And after you land, there might be some wobbling. And after you start straightening out, then you can start braking. Then you can, and if this happens to you, if a panic braking situation happens to you, I suggest you take your time. You just get to a side, pull over, and take a minute and calm yourself down before taking off. I mean, I see a lot of people carry that panic with them. Don't do that. It's not worth it. It might lead to further trouble down the road. So I hope this helps. I know this has been late. This actually does feel really bad that I haven't been able to put out more videos for you guys. I have a bunch planned, but I've just been having some difficulty getting the time. But I promise I will be back with somewhat regular videos. So yeah, until then, ride safe.